Torger Christian Wolff was not a racing enthusiast growing up. He recalls being summoned as a youngster to see Niki Lauda drive in a Grand Prix someplace on a sunny day. Three-time world champion Lauda was Austria's finest racing driver. He was nearly murdered at the Nürburgring in 1976. Scottish driver Jackie Stewart dubbed the circuit the Green Hell after winning the 1968 German Grand Prix in dense fog. Lauda's Ferrari skidded off the course, collided with an embankment, and caught fire. He lapsed into a coma after suffering lung damage and serious burns to his hands and face. He returned to racing 42 days later. Lauda wore a crimson hat sponsored by various businesses for the remainder of his life to disguise his wounds. Wolff enjoyed driving. He drove his Volkswagen Beetle as quickly as he could up the Hohenstrasse, a twisting, cobblestone road through the forests in the northwestern area of Vienna where he resided when he was 18. Every night he practiced. When it was raining, it was even better, he remarked. He wasn't concerned about the Beetle's straight-line speed. He was concerned about not slowing down for the turns. Wolff slammed his VW Beetle into a tree. Wolff drove from Vienna to Amsterdam with pals in the summer of 1990. They leased a Peugeot 605 limousine and took turns trying to traverse 200 kilometers per hour on the German Autobahn. "We were real, complete idiots," he said. "If my son would tell me such a story, I would give him, how do you call it when you punch somebody?" Wolff and Susie have a 5-year-old boy, as well as 2 children from a previous marriage. The party stopped on the way back to watch a buddy, Philip Peter, participate in the German Formula 3 Championship. Wolff gave me a photo of himself blissfully kneeling by Peter's car on the starting grid. It was his first racetrack experience. Wolff went to a pub with a bunch of drivers that night. There was nothing else, he remembered. It's like I received a new identity. He was really miserable. There was a lot of animosity. There was a lot of self-conscious embarrassment, he remarked. Wolff's father, Sven, was a businessman from Romania. Sven founded Kunsttrans, a freight firm specializing in the delivery of art, when Wolff was a year old. Kunsttrans was a success, and the family resided in Vienna's affluent 18th district. Sven, on the other hand, was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 1980. The company went bankrupt a few years later. Wolff's parents divorced, and he and his sister moved in with their mother, an anesthesiologist from Poland named Joanna Bednarczyk. Wolff was 15 years old when Sven died in May of 1987. When I asked Wolff if he was like his father, he answered he didn't know. Joanna was frequently absent. "I don't think she's a naturally made mom. She lived her own life." Wolff attributes his reluctance to risk-taking, his desire to manage disaster, to the disintegration of his bourgeois background. To succeed, a racing driver must have financial backing. Wolff said, "Zero with me. I had to build it all on my own." He rented a Seat Ibiza and enrolled in driving school. Hamilton grew up in social housing in Stevenage, a commuter town in Hertfordshire, after his parents divorced when he was young. "Toto does not come from a wealthy family," Hamilton stated. "I believe that's what brought us together quite a bit." Wolff played 3 seasons on the Formula Ford circuit, Europe's lesser divisions, and showed potential but no more. Young drivers were a little faster. One Christmas, he stood outside a sponsor's electronics store with a golden cape and gold face paint, handing out cards to shoppers. Karl Wendlinger, another Austrian, crashed during practice for the Monaco Grand Prix in the spring of 1994 and sustained severe brain injuries. Wendlinger and Wolff had a sponsor that dropped out of the sport. Wolff attended business school. If you want to be a P1 in Formula 1 news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications.